Today, I'm going to share with you about the energy of ease, which is just a delicious, relaxing, nourishing kind of an energy. And I'm going to share with you an idea that you may not have heard before, which is that you can tap into any kind of energy that you would like to live in. And when we transition from the school year to summer break or holidays, it is an ideal time to make a choice for how you want to spend that next segment of time. Everybody's seen those really sappy commercials. Heard the reels, seen the reels where people go, you only have 18 summers. Have you seen, you know what I'm talking about? You've seen those ones. You only have 18 summers like this with your kids at home. And a lot of times I find that that kind of marketing creates a pressure in the form of anxiety for my clients, for other moms who are already trying so hard to be great moms and who already put so much pressure on themselves to be all the things, and pretty much you always feel like you're trying to be more, that it's not enough already, that what you're doing for your kids is not good enough, or what you're being is not enough, you're not teaching them enough. And I know for me personally that I get caught up in a similar sort of um, uh, thought program that sounds like there's just always so many more things I should be doing, or I want to be doing. Um, I've worked through the not enough. I don't live in that with my kids in parenting and motherhood anymore, but I do know what that feels like. I remember, and I've been there, and it's a horrible feeling. It's a really terrible pit that's endless. And I just think that I want to talk about it a little bit today because I want to help you to see if that's what you're living in so that you can make some better choices. Because honestly, like, your summer is it is right now a blank slate. You know how you want to choose to live it. It hasn't happened yet. And that means it's really like a blank canvas, and you get to choose what colors you want to put on that canvas, and what kind of images you want to paint or create. You get to decide how you want to fill up all that space. We have a couple of months here ahead of us. Some of you I know are still finishing up your school year, but I still know that this will help you. Um, and and so if you don't choose how you want it to be, what's going to happen, you guys? If you don't choose how you want it to be, what's going to happen is that your life will choose for you. Your partner, your job, the weather, the news, all that is going to choose for you how you feel this summer, how you feel. And pretty much everything comes down to how you're feeling when we're talking about what creates the relationship with your kids that you have. So, to pick up on that marketing trend, you only have 18 summers with your kids at home, which for some of you might mean you have two left. You have one left. This is your last one. Or maybe you have 10 left. And how often do we actually slow down and ask ourselves, how do I want it to go? How do I want to do this? How do I want my kids? You know, I post questions in here all the time. How do you want your kids to feel around you? How do you want your kids to remember this summer when they look back? What kind of memories do you want them to hang on to? How do you want them to remember what it felt like to spend long days with you? We get lots of daylight in the summer. So there's lots of opportunity to have spontaneous fun, to hang out, to have unstructured time, to have more ease. The schedule usually relaxes a little bit. I know not for everyone, but there's a tendency with these long days to kind of feel that pull towards slowing down. And in both Embodied Calm and in Awakened Motherhood, both of my programs, uh, Coach Lainey Burkett, and I teach all of our moms how to slow down and how to enjoy life in the present moment. And as a part of teaching this process for the last 20 years as a clinician with all of my clients and all the families who I've helped to eliminate conflict and moms who I've helped to eliminate overwhelm and anxiety, the thing that I've learned is that we can't go from stressed out and wound up to ease or relaxed without walking through the steps to learn how to slow down, to learn how to be in charge of how you feel. That is a mandatory part of the process. There's nothing anyone can do to you that will eliminate anxiety. There's nothing anyone can do for you or to you that will mean that suddenly you're able to be like a relaxed, chill person. We already know this, but I'm saying it anyway. To adopt the energy of ease in motherhood, meaning to feel more at ease in your own body, in your own skin. That is something you need to learn how to do. It is a skill like any other skill. It is a skill like learning to ride a bike, learning how to live in a way that will welcome the energy of ease in your life for your children, for you, and in your marriage and in your home. That it doesn't happen by accident. You have to choose it intentionally. And then there is a bit of a process to learning how to live in that and sustain it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what that is today. Okay, so what is ease? What is ease? First, you need to get clear on what you want. If it's not ease, you can choose something else. For the purposes of this conversation and for this teaching, I am going to focus on one simple thing, which is the energy of ease. And so let's just begin with describing it. To feel at ease in your life, in your body, and say in the comments what this feels like for you. It is first and foremost permission to relax, permission to relax, permission to let go of the things that you're white knuckling and kind of lean back and observe yourself in your life to the point of being able to enjoy something. So a lot of overachievers, perfectionist types are white knuckling a lot of things that don't need to be holding that hard. So if I grew up in an environment where I really needed to be in control because no one else was taking care of me and no one else was in control, or it was kind of a chaotic environment, or nobody had my back or was protecting me. This happens for a lot of the women who I have worked with. And they grow some really hardcore coping skills. You might have noticed you have these where you control it all. You know how you want it to go, and your greatest chance of having things go well is when you control all the pieces, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? But the downside of not knowing how to adapt to motherhood when it happens, because you can't control everything in motherhood. The downside of that is taking on too much, being overloaded, being overwhelmed, and then being resentful at everyone else that they're not doing anything. But actually, you set it up that way because that was your survival skill. Ease is the opposite of all of that. Ease is self trust. Ease is a slower pace in your life. Ease is trusting your kids and developing their self-management skills so that you don't have to control everything, so that you can trust them and let go and let them do the things that they need to do. Ease is flexibility, not being rigid about things, not being black and white, being able to be like, let me think about that. That's interesting. Being curious. Ease is curiosity. Ease is feeling ultimately safe and stable in your body, in your mind, in your emotions, in your nervous system. So nervous system sort of underlies all of this. The opposite of ease is hanging on too tightly, being rigid and flexible, controlling, perfectionism. Oh, rushing around, rushing. I taught recently a whole session in a peaceful parenting workshop about how rushing is actually a symptom of unworthiness. And when you rush everywhere, it's like there's this feeling that you're living from that's like the ground could fall out from underneath me at any point in time. So I better hurry up and get it. It's also like I gotta play catch up. I gotta make up for. I've got to earn this. Unworthiness. I don't feel like I deserve to feel good. If you are rushing around, question that and go like, wow, what do I really believe here? What's driving this? Do you feel like you're worthy and deserving of the life you have, of the kids you have, of the home you have, of the partnership or the support that you have? My guess is no, but you've never questioned it before, so it remains intact. It's a part of your identity that remains intact. So you rush. Okay. So, how do we tap into then the energy of ease? Well, I've helped you already with your step one, and your step one is to understand what it is. We can't know where we're going unless we know where we're going. When you are headed somewhere you haven't ever been before, what's the first thing you do? What do we do when we're going somewhere we've never been before? Like, you know, if you're a Gen Xer, you lived through the time when you had to learn how to read a paper map like me. But if you are a millennial or whatever comes after millennials, I don't even know you guys. Um, you've just probably only ever known since you were driving, tapping things into your map app on your phone. And that's the first thing we do now when we're headed somewhere that we've never been before. We mark the destination. We look at it. We see the route as to how to get there. And then what happens? What's your outcome? Your outcome is you wind up in the destination. What if someone said there's a party at whatever, Ridge Road? I'll meet you there at 2 o'clock. And you were like, awesome. And you got in your car and you did not put it into your map app and you just set off driving. Think about it. Where would you go? You would quickly realize I have no flipping idea what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. That I'm looking for a ridge somewhere. That sounds familiar. This is what we do with our family goals, with our personal goals. People do this all the time. People are like, I want that. I want to have a fun summer. I want to have a relaxed summer. I want no conflict in my house this summer. I'm just done with that. I don't want to do that anymore. Resonating? Raise your hand if this is resonating for you, where you're like, I want to have a fun summer. I don't want this to be hard. I dread being around my family so much. I don't want that. I know what I want is blank, but you haven't filled in the blank yet. Ease. Let's just start there. You want ease. You want harmony at home this summer. You want to relax. You want to be able to have fun because you don't access fun that much in your life because things feel so stressful or uptight. I know. I hear you. This is where all of our clients are, especially when they come into Embodied Calm. Embodied Calm is our 12-week program where we teach people exactly how to unwind and stay unwound, to ground in their bodies, to be able to find joy in their lives because they learned to relax. And relaxing allows you to connect with your kids. Relaxing makes kids listen to you more. Finding ease means they want to play with you and have fun more, not just like um, desperately vie for your attention. So anxiety breeds kids desperately vying for your attention. Stress breeds kids fighting. All of it is connected, you guys. If you see your kids doing stuff that you don't want them to do, it's all connected to something that's going on for you that you're also a part of. So these are patterns that have kind of an anchor in us, an energetic anchor in us, an emotional anchor in us, or a mental anchor in us. So if your kids are fighting with each other, what's the anchor in you? Stress of some sort, anxiety, resentment, too much self-sacrifice or not enough of knowing how to process through what you feel. There's an anchor in us. If your kids are like blowing you off, they don't do what you've asked, there's an anchor to that in you too. There's a cord that connects here that would say something like, I don't expect them to do it anyway, right? These are the things that we help our clients change permanently. So if these patterns are ones you know are already going on for you and you know you want to have a more relaxed summer and a more at ease summer, then you need to choose your outcome now. Ease. I want to feel at ease. I want my family to feel at ease. I want to have more fun. Yay, awesome. Okay, let's start there. Now that you've decided what that's going to be like, you want to define what that ease is going to look like for you, how it's going to feel for you. You want to narrow that down. Is it going to be like relaxed, chill? You don't have to know exactly how you're going to get there. Just know the outcome. Get clear on your goal. Okay, that's the step one. That's what you have to do before you get delusional about being able to achieve something. You have to know your destination. You got to see where it is on the map, how far you are from it. And then we'll talk about the route to getting there. Okay, so drop in the comments now. What is your destination that you want? Is it ease? Is it to feel relaxed, to chill? Is it to have fun? Is it to play more? Is it to maybe have like your home be a well-oiled machine? And a lot of you are have channeled this amazing overachieving energy into being amazing managers of your family. You have everybody on a schedule. You're dialed in. I love it when my home is like a well-oiled machine in terms of like everybody knows what to do. Nobody needs to ask me for anything. Feels good when people take care of their own stuff. I'm all about ease because I love to play and rest and relax, and ease is the portal for those things. So I don't want to play with my family because I feel like I should. That's not authentic. And everybody knows that. Everyone feels that. If you're playing out of a sense of obligation, which we do sometimes, let's just be real as moms, especially those of you who have younger kids that are like, play is their language all the time. That's all they want to do with you. Mommy, play with me, play with me. And you haven't figured out how to get your kid to entertain themselves yet or to play kind of on their own or in their imagination. And some kids are better at that than others, but all kids can be encouraged and supported in doing more of that and can be trained in how to do that. And it has to do with your behavior too, by the way. And I help parents with that as well who come to work with me because it is a lot, especially if you stay home with your kids for like a chunk of years to be around for them. Then it's like, so much intense interaction time. And ease can be found even there. Ease can be found in the way that you hold your energy, in the way that you focus, in the way that you feel about your life. Okay, so I apologize that I'm not able to see comments right now. I will circle back. Sometimes Facebook just really doesn't show me the things while the live stream is happening. So I will look back and see. So if you are in this place of ease is the destination or fun or play, but it's definitely not where you are now. Where you are now is like feeling annoyed, agitated, irritable, worrying, anxious, these kind of things. That soup. It's a totally different frequency. It's a different radio station from what you want to be listening to. Okay. Now let's talk about the route. So how then do I go from like my driveway at home to the destination of the party? How do I get there? If I'm not in ease now, quick recap. Step one is you have to understand what ease is. You've got to know the destination, learn the destination. I'm giving you some ideas now, but you can absolutely flip to a clean page in your journal or notebook, take out a pen and do a little bit of writing about what kind of ease you want for the summer. What kind of ease would help you to feel satisfied, fulfilled? like you really nailed the summer. You nailed it. You made the memories with your kids. What's going to make that happen? Who would you need to be for that to happen? Not who would your husband need to be? Who would your partner need to be? Who would your kids need to be? No, you. Who would you need to be for you to feel like I had the most amazing summer? This is between you and you. There is no one else to create a summer of ease for you. This is yours to create or yours to lose, honestly. We create it or we lose it. We create something else, we create it either way. Now that you realize that it really is just between you and up to you. And you've chosen your destination and you've described what you want it to be like. Now, I really want you to just sit in for a moment. Who would I need to be for this to happen? For me to have a beautiful summer of ease and joy and connection with my kids and make incredible memories and not feel rushed and not feel pressured and not feel guilty that I'm not doing enough. Ugh, who would I need to be? Now, if you haven't worked with me before, you are probably drawing a giant blank. That's normal. I would expect you to go, I don't know. This is pretty much what everyone, this is like where everyone lands when they first start to sketch out, what do I want? I don't know. I don't even know. I know what I don't want, but I don't know what I do want, or I definitely don't know how to get there. So once you've decided how I want to feel, the next thing is like, okay, how are you going to get there? If we're talking about something you really want to achieve, we're not just spitballing here about something that sounds good for the sake of, I feel like a good mom, that I'm going to say that I'm going to do all these things, but it's not real. I'm only talking to those of you that really want to create this. If you don't, then this is just, if this talk will serve no purpose for you. If you really do want to create a summer where you are so connected that there is joy flowing every day with your kids, whether you're hanging out at home, listening to music together, having a dance party, or whether you've gone to the beach or the river or wherever you go, the woods, or you're camping, really, really consider, are you serious about wanting to create this? And if you are serious about wanting to create this, your next step is to know the route, learn the route, learn when to turn right, when to turn left, when to stop, when to keep going, where are the obstacles, and how do you move them? That is the only way to get to a destination. Now, your map is going to tell you when you're headed to someone's house you haven't been to before, where the obstacles are, which route is the fastest, where to turn, where to go. And this is the perfect analogy for how we care for our clients in helping them to harness the energy of ease and how to create deep connection in their lives with their kids. It's the perfect analogy because just like how your map tells you, go now, turn this way, go around this obstacle, that is exactly what we do in our Embodied Calm program with our clients. We do it in Awaken Motherhood too, but I really, for the purpose of ease and your summer, there is a process that is so straightforward and simple, but you will not do it without structure, consistency, and having that map tell you exactly what to do, when, where the obstacles are, how to go around them, and how to tap back into that right route. Because life is going to happen. It's going to throw you curveballs. Kids are going to be hard. Partners are going to say stupid stuff. You're going to get mad. And then you're going to be and right back at ground zero. And part of learning in a container and in a process, if you want to know how to do that, part of that is someone always has your back. Every question goes answered and solved for you. Every thought is met with a better thought by someone who's holding you and guiding you through the process. Lainey, Coach Lainey, guides our clients in embodied calm. And I'm also a co pilot in that program. I'm teaching you all of the content week to week, little bulleted trainings, only what you need to know in order to create such an incredible confidence and connection to you so that you can create whatever summer you want. And you guys, the truth is that if you aren't in a if you don't have a solid system, if you aren't in a place where you are supported in learning a system to give you a particular outcome, it's just not going to happen. It just isn't going to happen. The flip side is you can say, I know all the things, I know how to do this, I have my practice, I'm going to double down, I'm going to be super committed this summer, and you can try it for a week. And if you're not getting the results that you want in a week, it's not working. It's not working. And I wouldn't risk your whole summer without thinking about just connect with me. Connect with me and let's just have a chat and see maybe it's not the right fit for you. But if it is, let's talk about how to make it happen for you. Um, okay, quick recap. You guys, quick recap. And then I want you to get on my calendar to book a call with me and I will drop the link there. Um, just a reminder to myself to open up my calendar. It will be closed for most of next week. So if you want to get on it, you got to get on it for tomorrow because there are only a couple spots left. Um, and we want to get you in as soon as possible if it is the right fit for you, and I'll help you decide if it is or not. Okay, so you need to know your destination. You need to know what it is. If it's a summer of ease, the energy of ease is feeling relaxed, calm. What allows that? What enables that? Well, you knowing how to give yourself permission to relax, first of all. And if you've had trauma, if you've got conflict in your life, if you've had self-doubt, if you are stuck in guilt, you can't get to ease from there. You have to actually learn the energy of ease and build the skills to be able to move out of where you are and into this new frequency. Okay. Okay. Um, who would you be if you were at ease? Like, what would be different in your life? Think about it. What would be different? How would your relationships and your communication with your kids change for the better? Sometimes people can't even imagine that, but it just is it's so real and it's so fast and we hear it all the time. Our clients come to us and say, I don't even understand how, because I haven't even talked to my kids about what I'm learning, but they're responding to me so differently. How is that? Well, you've changed the pattern that anchors between them and you. You've changed that. You've pulled out the anchor to that other crappy pattern and you've created kind of a new little offshoot that says like we are all about love and respect. And how do you do that? Well, because we teach you how to actually love, respect, care for yourself in a way that you never have before. I can help you understand more on a call. This is such an individualized process and program and outcomes that often it's much easier to just have a quick chat. You can have a 20-minute chat and you can tell me what's going on for you. And I'll tell you what it might look like, what's possible for you, and then how we get you there too. So I'm going to share a couple things with you here. I'm going to share a call booking link and I'm going to share um, a link about the Embodied Calm program. So you can check it out and then get on my calendar to talk to me about it. Okay. Drop your comments. What are you taking away? What's your destination? Where do you want to go? Um, how are you going to get there? Are you going to get on my calendar? Are you going to do something else? And really, I mean it. If you think you have the answers and the steps and you're just like not applying yourself hard enough, you're wrong. That's not it. If you just think you're a slacker and it's because you're not consistent with things and you fail at things a lot and you're disappointed in yourself, so you can't spend money on yourself and invest in embodied calm or awaken motherhood because you think you'll fail and you feel like then you'll know you're a real failure because you will have wasted money on something and not gotten the outcome. You're wrong. You're dead wrong. You could not be more wrong. It's that your brain doesn't know, it hasn't learned, you haven't had the right support and system to create the structure and consistency internally to heal the trauma in your nervous system. You haven't had it. Maybe you've worked with people, but it didn't land, it didn't work. That's when I'm gonna make you get on a call with me to make sure that we can get you the result. And then if I'm not sure, I'll say to do something else. I'll give you another recommendation if this is not a fit for you. But I want so much for all of your children to feel so safe and so happy and so loved. And I want the same for you. I want you to thrive and I want your families to thrive. I want your children to thrive, to feel safe and secure and loved. I want for bedtime to be a time where they feel so loved and safe. And I want for you to not kill yourself to make that happen. It doesn't have to be like that. There can be joy for you and them more than enough. There can be ease for you and them more than enough. There can be relaxation for you and them, and there can be more than enough of that. And it doesn't mean you have to ignore your life or your chores, your responsibilities. It's just a different system and a different way of doing it that we teach that is very results oriented. And so it works. We get quick feedback, we course correct. It's just beautiful. And I want everybody here to have it. I want you guys to stop like fear mongering yourself into not giving yourself the help that you need or using your resources in a way that will benefit your entire family and save you the next 10 years of struggle and suffering and resentment and really get in the way of having the relationships with your kids that you want. So please do get on my calendar. I'm going to drop a link right now before I go any further. Give me just 1 second. I am going to, spots are very limited. So I got a camping trip with my kiddos. I cannot freaking wait for that. I am so excited. I bought my 4-inch thick mattress. Well, camping mattress, but you know, and I just can't wait. Okay, there's the link. So just a couple spots left right now, and then you will not be able to get on my calendar for a little while. So go ahead and book there. I'm also going to drop the about page for the Embodied Calm program, so you can take a look at it before we get on the phone, and we can just make sure if it's a right fit for you or not. Okay. Okay, you guys. I want to hear it. I want to see what your outcomes are for this summer. I want to see how you're getting there. It was so good to be with you and to see you, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.